So, we've all probably heard the saying, nice guys finish last, and that's partly true. So, nice guy, there's something called the nice guy curse, and that is women love nice guys. Women want a nice guy. They want a guy that's not going to cheat on them. They want a guy that's not going to go out and get drunk and have the chance of messing up his life for good. Most women want a nice guy. The problem is nice guys have a curse. They are too nice. They are normally too caring. They are normally too kind. And what happens to nice guys and what creates this curse and what keeps this curse is nice guys often overthink things, over care about things, which often lead to boringness, which means they can become predictable. And girls don't like guys, most girls, some girls might, but a lot of girls don't like guys that are 100% predictable. You know his exact move. Oh, well, this is how he's gonna try and sweet talk me into bed. Or this is, how he's gonna react to a certain situation. And when girls, if it's single girls, married girls in general, as a nice guy, because I am considered a nice guy, and this falls in the category, but I'm learning a lot of different things. I learn a lot of psychological things about guys that are nice and bad guys and so much more, because I love studying and I love learning. Nice guys get predictable. And predictability and being predictable often comes with being boring then. And if you're boring, well, it's just boring. Think of something that is super boring to you, that is so boring. Well, you would rather have the option of excitement versus being bored. I mean, would you sit 8 hours being bored out of your mind? Or would you like to be a little bit bored but have some excitement of, well, I'm not sure what's going to happen next? So that's what a lot of girls want. But the problem with nice guys is we have this curse where we're just nice. We don't realize that about ourselves, that being nice gets boring. So someone put it great: be a nice guy in a bad way. Be a nice guy but a bad boy. So what that means is you be the nice guy, you be that person, but you also be spontaneous in areas. You also catch yourself when you're being bored or predictable, because girls like excitement. Girls like, and that goes for marriages and not. Looks like it's starting to rain finally. That goes for marriages and just in general. So you keep them guessing. Now that doesn't mean you're a bad guy and you go out and do bad things. That means you're a nice guy. You're predictable in the things that matter, like you're not going to cheat. You're always going to show up when you say. You're always going to be on time and all that stuff. But send her a random video from time to time. Drop a note somewhere. Do things that you normally wouldn't do. Bad things, naughty things, spontaneous things, just random things in all areas of your life. And that will help break the curse of the nice guy. Because nice guys do finish last. Let's be clear about it. Most guys understand this. Most women might not understand this, but most guys understand nice guys do finish last, because we often get hurt the most, because we normally have too many emotions. We care too much. We care too much what they think. We try to better things. We try and fix things. We think maybe there's something I can do. At the end of the day, it's great to have these thoughts and it's great to care, but also we need to be spontaneous. We need to have that level of excitement that keeps our spouse, that keeps people guessing. For example, if you always show up with the same haircut, the same clothing, the same style, predictable. Go out, get something new. Now, now if you're a nice guy and you start doing this, your wife might think,
total distance
what's going
4
on?
miles.
Who are you seeing?
Total time 1 hour 13 minutes
But-
and 39 seconds. Split pace 18 minutes 10 seconds per mile.
But my point is, as nice guys, we get predictable and we get to be a little bit boring. Now, I've been that way for so long, and I've realized when you realize that nice guys do finish last, because not because you're a nice guy, but because you're just boring. And it's not that you're boring all the time, or you're boring everywhere, or you don't do things that are exciting. It's you're doing the same things over and over. You know, you're predictable. And when something's predictable, it's not as exciting. So, hello.
Hi.
So the goal is to not be so predictable. You still be a nice guy in a bad boy way. You know, and I often wondered, why do girls like bad guys when they know that they're bad? Why? When a girl, you know, you ask, would a girl ever want cheated on? Of course a girl's gonna say no. Would a girl want to be with someone that the guy's out partying all night and she's not sure what he's up to? Of course not. But girls often fall for those kind of people. And I always wondered, until I started studying, until I started learning, I always wondered, why the heck is that? You know, here we are out here being nice guys, being the best that we can, not cheating, not doing this stuff. And why are we the ones always getting hurt the most? And it bugged me, because it's like, okay, so let's just be bad then. You know? Of course, that's not in me. I can't be a bad person, like genuinely bad. It's not in me. But I often thought, you know, I should just be a bad boy. You know, over all the years. It's not until recently, studying psychology, studying how people work, how people behave, studying patterns. Like, I have watched tons of therapist videos. I have watched so many different things on human behavior. And it is so interesting with the nice guy curse and just all that stuff. And the curse is not because you're nice. The curse is because you're predictable. And how many of you guys out there that wish your husband was a little less predictable? Like, you know, in the evening, every evening, he's gonna go grab that bag of chips and he's gonna overeat, or, you know, he's gonna make some comment when you're at a restaurant, or, you know, how many of you women out there want a really genuinely nice guy, but you want a little bit of unpredictability in a good way, you know, not in a unpredictable that, you know, is he gonna go get drunk tonight or is he gonna come home sober? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a good guy being a bad boy in a good way. So how many of you women, and you don't have to leave a comment, you don't have to say anything, but how many of you women out there would just love a little bit of that? Maybe it's romance, a little bit, and you know, your nice guy could be romantic, but he just doesn't seem to do anything different, do anything in that aspect. Or maybe it's, well, I know my husband, you know, if he wants to buy something, he's gonna go buy it, or he's been talking about this thing and I know where that leads. He's talking about buying this thing, so he's predictable, so he's probably gonna end up buying it. Wouldn't you love your husband to, you know him, he's so predictable that you know that he's probably gonna end up buying something? Wouldn't it be amazing if he ends up buying something that you've been really wanting? So instead, he switches that predictability and gets you something special that you've been wanting, but you wouldn't buy for yourself. Wouldn't that be pretty amazing from your husband? And that's what I think us men need. Us men, that are good, nice men, need to be unpredictable in a good way. We need to be the nice man that most women want, that our spouses want, but in a naughty, in some cases, in a unpredictable way. And it's amazing at all the knowledge and wisdom that is out there. And the same goes for wives, obviously. You know, you can be a good woman, but you can get predictable and all that stuff. So it goes both ways. So wives, maybe consider this as well. You know, maybe you can stop being so predictable for your husband. You know, maybe you can, sorry guys, it's lightly raining, so I'm wiping away the rain and the sweat. But for both of you guys, so, you know, I think it would be so beneficial for all of us, men and women, to be a good husband, a good wife, in a bad. Okay, I gotta make sure I say that right. Be a. I say that. Okay. Be the good husband, be the good wife that you are, in a bad way that is in a good way. I don't. Anyway, it's just amazing. So yeah, that's my challenge for anyone who's fully watched this video. This is a little different video, and my videos are a little different subjects than my mom's. That's the thing about this channel, the Scott and Tessie Unscripted. That's what we are, and that's what this channel is about. This channel is about conversations. This channel is about different things. So you're going to see a lot of different things coming from me, and on different subjects. And you know, my videos don't get as many views as my mother's, because people like the predictability of my mom. They like that. I am going to be doing a little different videos than my mom. Going to try and be a little less predictable, but have different knowledge and wisdom for those who watch, can actually learn some things from me in different ways that, you know, don't interest my mom or my mother wouldn't talk about. That's what this channel is about. It's my perspective on life, my mother's perspective on life, unscripted. So thank you guys for watching. But yeah, you know, I think we need to just, and that goes in all areas of our life. That goes for health, that goes for finances, that goes for romance. Let's continue being the good people that we are, the good wife, the good husband, the good girlfriend, the good boyfriend. But let's be the naughty, the bad boy, the bad girl in a good way. Let's stop being predictable on everything. Keep in mind, it is good to be predictable on some things in life. You know, obviously, be predictable on, well, my husband, he's a strong Christian. I know he's not going to do that. I know his faith is solid. So that's a good thing to be predictable on, and always stand strong and be predictable on. I think most of you guys know what I mean by being unpredictable. Obviously, for the core values, our core values be predictable. But for all the other stuff, that's right, I wanted to start walking. Sorry guys, I'm walking on this trail and I wanted to start walking a new way. So there's steps over here. There's steps over here that I wanted to start walking up and down before I continue fully walking, but I missed that. We're gonna have to the next time. But anyway, yeah, let's stop being predictable on a lot of things. Most things in our lives, let's be unpredictable in a bad way, but a good way. All right, I'll stop rambling, but hope you guys have a good day. Luckily the rain is just misting now, so not gonna get fully soaked, but I don't mind walking in the rain as long as it's not storming. So as long as it's not storming, we don't mind walking in the rain. So drop your comments. What do you guys think? You know, it's interesting. I think life can be so exciting, but we make it so boring. We get in our ruts, we get in these little patterns, and we can kind of make life boring. And here's the thing. It's not always going to pan out being unpredictable. It's not always going to go the way that you think. But if you don't try something, you don't know. If you don't try something new, you don't know. So much of us get set in our way, just like with eating. For example, we go to a restaurant and we always get the same thing because we know we like it. But if you don't try something new, you're not going to get that experience. So, and I think that we miss out on so much good experiences by not trying things. It goes for food, it goes for just different stuff. So I want to see you guys, if you're a husband or you're a wife, and if you're a wife, get your husband to watch this and tell him to stop it. Tell him to stop it. Stop being boring. Stop being predictable. Man to man, stop being boring and stop being predictable. Be a good man, be the good husband, be the good boyfriend that you are, but stop being predictable and boring. And women out there, be the good wife that you are, be the good woman that you are, but stop being boring and stop being predictable. Obviously, there's times to be boring and there's times to be predictable. So, in all that you do, don't be unpredictable. In all that you do, don't be exciting, because we all need a little bit of boringness in our life, especially if your husband worked a crazy long day and you spontaneously say, it's your turn to cook. Kitty. Anyway, have fun with life. Seriously, God wants us to have fun with life. Have fun with life and enjoy it. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy what God has given us, and make the most of it. And I know what a lot of people will say, well, my husband or my wife likes boring. What does your wife or your husband read? What books are your husband or your wife reading? It's a serious question. What books are your husband or wife reading? If you say they don't read anything, okay. Take a look at what they're reading, if they do read, and see, are they boring books where it's just really boring? Or what's those books about? What are their favorite books? And you can really, really, really get to know your spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend in a new way when you actually stop and think about what books are they reading and go from there. Then, if they don't read books, or if they read books, and what TV shows do they like? This is another big one. What TV shows, what movies? What are their favorite movies? I challenge men and women, watch, maybe without your husband or without your wife, fully watch their favorite movie. Ask them their favorite movie, and if they can't think of their favorite TV show or movie, give them some time and just ask over the course, every day, just simply ask if they remembered any movie or TV show they love. Study that movie, study that TV show, and figure out, what aspects of it, what is it about? And you can really, really learn somebody. Good morning. Some people just don't want to say good morning. That's okay. We're having a beautiful morning. No, it's like someone once said, we're all in our own little world. So when you say hi to someone or say good morning to someone, don't always take it personally, which we as humans do, but it doesn't mean anything. The person could be going through the worst nightmares of his life and just not thinking. He could have his music blast up so loud that he can't even hear his own thoughts. So like someone once said, we're all going through things. Don't take it personally when someone ignores us or whatever. It doesn't mean anything. We just continue going on with our lives. So yeah, what books, what movies, figure it out. And then you can use that to your advantage. So You can figure out the books, the TV shows, their hobbies, and see what can you use that to make exciting. You know, if they love romance comedies, okay, watch their favorite movie with them and see the parts that they laugh. Like, I'm serious. Like, if men and women do their homework, oh my goodness, could you change things so much for the better? Do your homework, so when they're watching their favorite movie or show, what are they laughing at? What are they getting excited about? And then maybe take notes, maybe write down or something. Don't let them see, because you know you want to be spontaneous. You don't want them knowing that, oh, you're taking notes to see what they like so you can be more unpredictable or less boring. You don't want them to exactly to know. I mean, they can know, but it's better to be just a little bit of unpredictability in there. So yeah, you can learn all that different stuff without them knowing, which ultimately is great, which ultimately just makes life more fun. That's something I had to learn too, you know. Yeah, so that's where we're at there with that subject. Again, if there's a subject that you guys want me to talk about or go over, let me know. I will talk about what I know. And the thing is, I'm 34 years old, but I live on the internet. I live on the internet since I was a kid. So I've soaked up tens of thousands of hours on so many different subjects, finances, relationships, and so much more. It doesn't mean I often apply them. A lot of times I don't apply what I learn. But in the last couple of years, I have definitely started applying what I learned. So yeah. Good morning again.
You go up on Main Street or you go up
So, be less boring. That's my word for today. Be less boring, my friends, in a good way. So if you are a husband watching this, take your wife on a date, a random date. Don't go to your favorite place. Figure out what her favorite food is, and don't tell her. Don't be like, oh, we're gonna go. You can just say, hey, let's go out for dinner, or let's go out to eat, or let's I don't know. But do it. Don't just say let's do something. Actually do it. That's another big importance. A lot of us will say, oh yeah, we gotta go. This year let's go to the beach, or this year let's do this, and a lot of times it doesn't end up happening, or it does, but it's not as exciting. So instead of saying let's say, all right, so we're gonna go this time, and we're gonna do this on this frame. Morning. So, I mean, I could keep talking on this forever. So much I could keep saying, but at the end of the day, if you guys have a subject, something you want to talk about, let me know. I don't shy away from most things. I don't, you know, what are people going to say about me?
Total distance 5 miles. Total time 1 hour 32 minutes and 27 seconds.